Hello, Grandma DC here, and welcome to my frustration. I have my coffee. It's decaf for a reason. Guys, this is the third time I've done this video, and I tell you, it has been so frustrating. For one, I went and got myself a new, albeit used, camera off of Amazon. I didn't know it was used. They had worded it kind of sneakily, but here it is. And I just recorded an entire video on it, and I thought, oh, how smart I am. And it didn't record anything, nothing at all. It absolutely blank. So I don't know. So this is my old camera, my old little bitty camera that has really bad sound. So I'm going to talk loud. Hopefully you can hear. And for some reason, and I do not know why, I had bought a, well, my son told me what it was called, but I can't remember. Anyway, it's a thing that plugs in and you can speak into it. Chemo brain, can't remember anything. This thing here, and I swear I had it plugged into that little computer at one time, or little camera, but no, the end doesn't fit into it, so that ain't working. Nothing's working. No frustration. Okay. Irregardless, I have to keep reaching up and restarting the camera to make sure I'm in the camera because it keeps going off. All right, what's going on? You're dying to know. There's big news, huge news. Scud's running back and forth. You can hear him hunting tonight. That time of night where we hunt. No reason. And I've done this 3 times now. I'm just not sure how to tell you or where to start. Cancer. If you haven't been in my films before, you know I have stage 4 cancer. HER2 triple positive. I was told originally that on average I would live 3.5 years. 25% chance to live 5 years, 7% chance to live over that. I have been taking chemo for 3 years now. And everyone says, oh, you look so good. I was like, if I looked on the outside like I feel on the inside, you'd think this was a horror film. Anyway, I recently, well, not recently, about 15 years ago, as some of you know who have watched my channel for that long, practically, I started having hip trouble. Couldn't walk, my hip hurt. And I went to the doctor. I had a young doctor tell me, by the time you're 50, you're going to need a hip replacement. He was the smartest young doctor. I don't know where he is in the world, but smart man. My regular doctor on base, she was like, it's just sacroiliitis, keep limping. And it ends up, it was tumors from the cancer and arthritis. And they sent me, the oncologist sent me to a orthoscopic whatever doctor. He gave me shots in the front in my groin. Not fun, okay? I'll tell you right up front. And it didn't help. I've done everything from A to Z. I even had radiation on the hip, PT, everything. Nothing. Getting worse, getting worse, getting worse. And I haven't been doing videos because mostly I am now down to sitting in a chair, almost 24/7. Can't feed the chickens anymore. Can't walk out to the chickens. I almost fall down. The balance is completely off. The hip is nearly completely gone. And so as one last desperate act of a middle-aged woman who is getting ignored by her medical society, I said, okay, fine. If you want me to be crippled, then I need equipment. I bought my own rollator. I bought my own sock putter on her and shoe putter on her assist. I've gone as far as I can afford to go. I need an electric wheelchair. And this came about because I locked my rollator in the car one day, and I had to go to my chemo treatment without it. Lost the keys. It was a nightmare of a day. And so I started asking, basically crying, begging, demanding, whatever I could do. And they said, call my regular doctor on base, the one who let me get this far. So I called her, and I said, look, you know, if nobody's going to fix my hip, I've had 5 different doctors tell me I'm inoperable because I'm stage 4 cancer. No reason given, just inoperable. So I need an electric wheelchair so I can get back and forth to my chemo. I am getting to where I can't walk from the parking lot, and they're doing construction, so there's never a handicapped space open. It wouldn't matter if it was. It's still a long walk. And so she was like, I'll put you in for DEM, but I don't know if they'll cover it. Let's try. So in between, someone at oncology, and I'm assuming it's a social worker I talked to, she put me in for an appointment with the ortho doctor, or ortho back doctor, hip doctor, whatever that's called. And so I went to that appointment by myself. I'd gotten my rollator by then, and there's ramps inside the hospitals, and you have to go up them. I about didn't make it, and I'm halfway up this ramp struggling, and this woman goes, passes me, and she says, 1 foot in front of the other, dear. And I'm like, if I hear that one more time, if I could walk fast enough to catch you, I'd punch your little nose. You know, boy, that made me mad. But, yeah, okay. So I got up there, and I saw the doctor, and here's how it went. He walks in. He hands me an iPad. He says, watch this, sits down, looks at my x-ray. He says, I understand you want to have a hip replacement. When do you want to schedule it? What? I looked at him and I said, well, want? I said, need, maybe. I said, I've been told I'm inoperable because I'm stage 4 cancer. I don't know why. Is it because it will spread the cancer? Is it because I don't have that long to live? Not worth wasting the money on me? I don't know. Pick your pick. And he goes, well, it's not that. He says, reaches over and he wiggles my knee like that, just a little wiggle, and he goes, you don't have any movement. He says, you could live 10 or 15 more years. I didn't hear anything after that. He left. I'm just sitting with my mouth open. Not one oncologist has told me that. No doctor has told me that. And I was just like shocked. I do remember his nurse came in, and she asked me a bunch of questions, but I couldn't think of anything except 10 or 15 years. And the reason it hit me so hard was because I almost got choked. I'm going to try to do this without crying. My last PET scan, which was like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, it said that the tumors, after 3 years of them growing and not shrinking, it said they were shrinking, which means the Enhertu chemo is starting to work. That, or it's the turkey tail mushroom I'm taking 4 times a day, 2 tablets twice a day, 4 tablets a day, and I drink a lot of green tea. I've tried all the other homeopathic things also, but I have stuck with the turkey tail mushroom because it has no side effects, and it seems safe. It's something edible. And whether it's that or it's the Enhertu, whatever, something has started working. And so that was huge news. And I meant to get on here and tell you all, but then all of this snowballed, downhill, snowballed, doctor's appointments, doctor's appointments, doctor's appointments, and me not being able to walk, and then equipment not working. And Kathy, thank you so much. I've been intending to send you a card, but I haven't been out of my house. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing a video, because I haven't been out of my house. I'm just sitting in a chair watching YouTube all the time. But I was wanting to send you a card and a thank you card. I just never got to the post office. Ugh. Anyway, I will thank you in every video I have from now on. Getting my editing program that was obsolete has just been the most amazing thing. And if I have to just use this little old camera with the bad sound and yell at it, that's what I'll do. So anyway, there you are, guys. And today, and this was the big thing, I was checking. I have the quail in the house because I can't take care of the chickens. And I hatched 20 baby quail. 18 of them lived and one baby chick. And I gave 10 of them to Lee and Maggie so they could start their own quail farm. And I have 8 that are still alive, happy, healthy. I'll carry this in and try to get a picture of them. So thrilled that the babies are alive, and it seems like spring. The weather we've been having in Missouri is so spring-like. We've had no winter. As a matter of fact, I've had flies in my house all winter. You don't think there's global warming, baby. There is. So anyway, my train of thought got off thinking about quail, and that made me happy. Oh, they showed up today to assess me for an electric wheelchair. And I was like, okay, I have a list. I promised my friend Debbie, I said, we're going to go to Legoland if I get wheels. We're going to Legoland. We're going to take your grandson. My other friend loves the museums. I said, we're going to go to Nelson Art Gallery. You know, if I get this, it's going to open up. I'm going to go to my doctor's appointments without being worn out and just in pain, you know. And so they showed up, and I was honest with them. I told them that they're going to do a hip replacement on me. Mark it on your calendar, May 18th this year. And I said, I don't know if it's going to fix the problem. I've never been examined exactly. They've taken pictures, but that's it. Wiggled my knee. And the pain I have is in the back and up my back. And they're talking about pain in your thigh and in your groin and in your knee. No. It's all in my back. And when I walk, it cranks me backwards. So I don't know. I'm worried about that. And I said, you know, it might fix me, but I don't know. Well, the guy said he came to my house and he measured me, and, well, I'm built like a giant troll. We all know this. I'm 5'9". I have a long body, short legs and short arms like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You know, Grandma Rex. That's me. And it's been this way my whole life. So he measures me, and he says my knee to ankle was like 14.5 inches. So they won't approve me for an electric wheelchair. I had to have a manual because I needed it just for getting around inside my house. I said, I don't need it for that. My house is a jungle gym. I have handholds from this to this to this to this to the bathroom. This to the kitchen sink. I've worked it out. I need it to go long distance to get to my doctor's appointments. Well, we won't approve that, but we'll let you have a manual wheelchair. And he said, it's going to have to be low enough to the ground that I can use my one good leg to pull myself along. And he says, and since I have upper body, I have my arms, guys, yay! Because I have my arms, it had to be a manual that I would push myself with, and I could drag myself with my leg, good leg also, keep my bad leg up. And here's the thing, if he made it low enough to match my leg, the axle will drag. So they had to set it up a little higher, like 15.5 inches, but now they're going to have to make the armrest adjustable up because I won't be able to get up out of it. But if I can bench press 300 pounds of grandma, you know, up out of the chair, that's what they want me to do. Bench press 300 pounds to get up out of this chair that's going to be almost sitting on the ground. Cheers. And my insurance paperwork, it was a whole month, and he doesn't understand why it wasn't approved yet in a month. I said military insurance is why it hasn't been approved, and it may never get approved. So the whole day today may have been a waste. He was here about 4 hours. That's it, guys. You're all caught up, and things are a cluster, as they always are in my life. But the good news is my good news is, can't speak. It's about 1 a.m. Been trying to do this all evening. The good news is my son may have gotten a job. So I'm very happy for him. And I have upcoming consultations that are on the phone where you've got to look at people on the phone. I hate that. And then I have to go to a dentist because the surgeon said I had to go to a dentist to get a paper filled out that says I don't have dentures or anything. They'll fall out during surgery because we all know grandmas lie. I'm not going to tell them I have dentures. Well, I don't, but if I did, I wouldn't tell, I guess. So I have to have confirmation and pay a dentist. So that's coming up. I got to drive myself 2.5 hours to see that because the only dentist I could go to was in Columbia. And that was another part of this whole getting chemo and oncology thing. And y'all, if you follow me, you know how messed up it's been. That it took months and months and months just to see an oncologist because they couldn't get the paperwork right for my insurance. So here I sit, and I do mean sit, in my house, and can't really go anywhere or do anything. Luckily, I can order groceries at Walmart, and they put them in the back of my car, and I just wait for somebody to come to my house to bring them in for me, which is usually my stepdad. And there you go. So they told me to have somebody come stay with me for 3 weeks after surgery, but we all know that's not going to happen because I don't know anybody that's any better off than me. Everybody has arthritis and can't lift, carry, push. Most of my friends don't have upper body strength. I'm lucky there. So I will document. I'm going to do this on my own. I hear it's an outpatient surgery. They say you go get it cut open, plug in the new hip, and they send you home that day. All right. I'm down for that. So that's the next thing we're going to try. And if I can walk again, you can bet I have a list. I'm going crystal digging. I'm going to get me a metal detector, and I'm going down to the river so I can find, gold rings that women have thrown in there when they were mad at their fiancé. I'm going to climb across the rocks. I'm going to get goats and milk them again. Boy, if this hip gets fixed, the things I want to do. And if I had 10 or 15 more years to do it, you betcha. So, yeah, nobody send electric wheelchairs or anything. I'm going to figure it out on my own somehow. But that'll be for later. Like, share, and subscribe to keep up with the insanity. Here's some pictures of the baby chicks and quail. I love you all. Thanks for listening. I'm glad I could catch you up. I hope the sound is on this time. I tried to make sure it was, and it's blinking, and the numbers are moving, but that doesn't mean anything, I found out. All right, let's go look at the chicks. There's the babies. There's some of them. Hi, guys. They're cute. I only kept 8 of them. So, where's Waldo? Waldo's right there. Hi, Waldo. That's a chicken, not a quail. It's the only one that hatched. All right, guys. Say night-night. Night-night, Waldo.